about to start planting. So today is the day, and of course, in the great wide world of onion planting in Georgia, the day you get ready to plant. Typically it's overcast in the morning and possibility of rain. So what you see in here is we till the land and we have to wait on the dirt to pretty much dry out, create a little bit of a crust on top, so that, because we plant the seed so shallow that we want the dirt to have a crust, kind of a powder, if you can really imagine it. Yeah. And once the seed touches the dirt, it covers it up better and allows for it to seal whenever we put the water over the top of it.
So we're kind of waiting for the sun to come out.
We're waiting on the sun to come out.
And that's the bed, that's the tractor pulling, what do you call that, a bed
maker? That's a rotavator. Rotavator. Yeah, rototiller, rotavator. It's it basically makes the beds, it pulls the dirt in. Yep. And forms that bed, yep. Packs it all up. You can see what it looks like before. Yep. Just kind of smooths it out. It looks good. That's the biggest thing is
what happens if you tried to plant seeds right now? Would all that soil just kind of cake up in the...
Yeah, so what will happen is the soil will start to, like you just said, it cakes up. Yeah. Kind of like mud on your tires of your truck, and then it just turns into big clods. Yeah. And then those clods won't seal the seed. They won't have good seed to soil contact. Yeah. Which will cause germination issues. You know, when we put this seed in the ground, we want them all to pretty much germinate and start to grow at the same exact time. Huh. And then we try to just get all this biology together on it. That's fine. That'd be perfect. All of these is fine to figure that way. So what you see right here is a precision small seed planter. What Juan's doing is he's basically measuring each one of them with the cup that he's got there. As we're starting to plant, we want to make sure that everything's running as close as possible together. So that's what he's doing. He's using that to measure it so he can see if one's running faster than the other. We start making adjustments on the machine that allows it to try to catch up and balance out. The machine it's so, you can fine tune this thing to really, pretty accurate. I mean, it's pretty amazing what it actually can do once we get it all fine tuned. The challenge with onion seed is each variety of seed that we use changes in size. And so we're always tweaking the machine, and it's a constant job for Juan. Likes to do it because he pays attention to the details as much as I do. So Juan likes to get on there and do it and make sure it's being done right. Because you put the wrong person back here that doesn't know what they're doing or don't really care too much, next thing you know, you've planted a lot of seed that's either not covered up or just not accurate. Just things that can affect you later. So when you set this down, when he sets this down, we got a white roller that basically pushes the bed, kind of creates a Yeah, I mean, the job that they're doing looks really good.
Why does it look good? Like, what are you looking for?
Well, what I'm looking for first off is because we plant this seed pretty shallow. I mean, a 1/4 inch at the most. So what I'm looking for first and foremost is, are there any seed exposed on the ground that I can see? And just in this little area right here, I mean, I don't see any seed on the ground. I don't know if you see anything, Mason, over there, but so that's a good thing. That means that the seed is getting in the dirt.
Yeah.
All right. So then my next thing I'm looking for is the depth. So I'll kind of scratch this away. We should have roughly, there it is, about 2 seed every inch. There's 1, there's 2.
Yeah, look at that.
And that's about a 1/4 inch or so deep. So I mean, it looks good. You know, it's doing a good job. I mean, it's a little wet, so we'll have to monitor this to make sure that the dirt does not crust over. You can tell what happens when dirt, you can see right here. I mean, this is what we call crusting over. Whenever it gets dry on the top, it'll start to form a harder crust.
Yep.
We just want to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Why do you not want dry that top crust?
It's kind of like it creates a restriction or a restrictive layer for that seed to germinate and come through. Because I mean, what we want when that seed germinates, we want it to use the least amount of energy that it can in order to put everything into the root growth and the shoot growth.
Yep.
We want it to be balanced too, because it needs to grow the same. If it's having to put more energy in the top, then what's happening is it's pushing all through that and it's restricting the root growth. So we want it to be
working too hard.
Working too hard. Yep. So, I mean, that's what plants do. They just transfer energy from the roots to the top, from the tops to the roots, back and forth.
Yeah.
So,
it's crazy how shallow that depth was. You barely scratched the
yeah,
surface.
yeah.
And you can see if a heavy rain comes, it would just, what would happen? It would just expose the seeds. That's one of the risks.
Yeah. So what happens is typically, if it's a heavy rain, what'll happen is it can basically just imagine a raindrop is hitting and just beating this away.
Yeah.
If it's hard, it can expose this dirt, especially if it washes the dirt off this way. Yeah. But most likely, if it does rain, it's going to pack this down.
Yeah.
And then that's going to pretty much cover this. You know, so we're good. It's a few seed in this row, but you can tell this row is shallower. These 2 rows are shallower than these because there's not a mound of dirt on the side. So that's what Jeff and them are adjusting right now. But overall, I mean, it looks good.